Hello everyone. Today I am aiming to share with you an inspiring story that I read about in a book called 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. It is a story of a shop teacher. To those who are not familiar with the word, a shop teacher is someone who teaches industrial arts such as woodworking and metalworking. Dale had worked as a high school shop teacher for almost 30 years, and although he liked his job, he just wasn't all that passionate about it anymore. He dreamed about the flexibility, the freedom, the money he could gain from opening his own furniture store. But when he shared that idea with his wife, she would roll her eyes and refer to him as a dreamer. The more Dad thought about it, the more he believed his wife was probably right. But he didn't want to keep teaching shop class, partially because he was bored with teaching, and partially because he knew he was burned out. He felt like he wasn't as effective at teaching as he used to be. He didn't think it was fair to his students for him to keep teaching indefinitely. The dream of opening his own business certainly wasn't the first big idea Dad had ever had. He'd once dreamed of living on a sailboat. During another phase of his life, he'd wanted to open a bed and breakfast in Hawaii. He had never attempted to follow through with any of his ideas because he always felt like he should focus on providing for his family. Although his children were now grown, and he and his wife were doing okay financially, he figured he should just keep working at his teaching job until he reached retirement age. As Dale trudged on a shop teacher, he struggled with his mood. He felt defeated and depressed, something he didn't like, something he hadn't experienced before. He sought for counseling because he felt like there must be something wrong since for the first time in his career he really wasn't enjoying his job. Although Dale told his doctor he agreed with his wife that he shouldn't venture into becoming an entrepreneur, it was clear that deep down he was still excited by the prospect. At the mere mention of opening his own furniture business, his face lit up, his body language changed, and his entire mood shifted. He discussed with his teacher his past experience with taking risks. He said that years ago he had invested in real estate and lost a lot of money. Ever since then, he was scared to take any type of financial risk. After a few therapy sessions, Dale confessed that he still loved to start a business, but he was terrified at the thought of giving up a stable job. He was confident in his woodworking skills, but lacked business knowledge. He began discussing steps he could take to educate himself about the business world. Dale welcomed the opportunity to take business classes at the local community college. He was happy to join a local business networking group and would even look for a mentor to help him get started. With a few ideas in mind about how he still may be able to keep his dream alive, Dale continued weighing the pros and cons of opening his own business. Within a few weeks, Dale made a decision. He would open his business on a part-time basis. He planned to start making furniture on nights and weekends in his garage. He already had much of what he would need to get business started, but he would need to invest a little money for new materials. Overall, he felt confident. He could start the business with a relatively little investment cost. Initially, he wouldn't have a storefront. He would sell his furniture online and through the newspaper. If there was a lot of interest in his furniture, he would consider opening a storefront at a later date. And perhaps he would even be able to quit his job as a teacher altogether. Dale's mood showed marked improvements as soon as he began thinking about turning his dream into a reality. After a few more therapy sessions, Dale appeared to continue doing better as he worked toward his goals. His doctor scheduled one further appointment a month down the road just to make sure his mood remained stable. When he returned, he told his doctor something quite interesting. Not only had he started to make furniture for his business, but he was actually enjoying teaching shop class more than ever. He said that the prospect of opening his own business seemed to spark his passion for teaching shop again. He planned to continue building furniture part-time but was no longer convinced he wanted to quit teaching. Instead, he was excited to teach his students the new things he was learning from his furniture business. End of story. We face many risks in our lives: physical, emotional, social, financial, and business, to name a few. But often people avoid taking the risk that could help them reach their full potential because they are afraid. However, mentally strong people don't fear taking calculated risks. They don't dwell on the past, and they don't give up after the first failure, and they certainly do not expect immediate results. Every single one of us has a Dale inside him. But when we think about taking risks, we only imagine, we do not apply. Remember, we only live once, but if we live it right, once is enough. Thank you.